fans in YouTube world, we are here to discuss the Detroit Lions 53-man roster, who's cut, who has not been cut, who's in, who's out. We're going to discuss it all, man. Just so happy to have y'all here. Right now, as you can see, it's just me and MicroMike. I'm sure other DSA members will join in later. But right now, Mike, what up, though?
Hey, man, I am ready to talk 53-man roster and get this bad boy going because we're finally going to know the players who are going to take us to the NFC North Championship this year.
Man, that's a huge fact, and it's been some surprise cuts too. So I think that's going to be the biggest part of what's going on here. Is those surprise cuts, those cuts that we did not see coming, and those cuts there are going to be the ones that stand out to us the most. Can you hit that roll call for me?
For sure, man. What up, though, General G. Berry? What up, though, Kevin Haynes? What up, though, D-Town? A.B., as well as what up, though, to D. Van Wigan? Man, I'm super excited. What up, though, 10 Rinshed? What up, though, Kyle McDonald? What up, though, Boog Spray? What up, though, James DeKai? What up, though, Truth Teller, Jay White, and Evan and D-Town, man? What is good? And we are about to get this thing cracking. I see that there are 24 folks in the chat. We have 14 likes. Let's get all the way up to the amount of people we have. And I seen Jay Schultz. What up, though? He just got in here as well as Skino. And you can hate on me now, Mackenzie and Jay Schwartz. What up, though, Big Take?
Man, listen, they everybody in the building, man. I appreciate y'all for showing up, man. It's a lot going on. The Detroit Lions did a lot of things today. Some strange, some not so strange, some questionable, and some not so questionable. But we're going to cover it all. Right now, General G. Berry says I'm gonna be at work at 4, so he's not gonna be with us. Hopefully, he listen in a little bit later and get it popping. But yeah, go ahead, Mike. Let's get this thing started, man. Detroit Lions chopped down roster to 53. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, well, a lot of it was expected when it comes to the individuals, but there was a couple individuals that I did not expect. It kind of shocked me, and obviously I'm going to go with the one that we just found out about now, and that was tight end Isaac Nada. He was just cut from the Lions squad. Now, I expected him to make the 53-man roster due to the fact that he was showing that he has the ability to catch the ball he could use in the backfield, and I just thought he was a good pick for the 6th round this year. But obviously, they're thinking maybe he can go ahead and jump on the practice squad, but I don't know, man. I think it's a possibility that he can get snatched up.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to test their luck and put him on the practice squad and see what happened. And I think that it's a strong possibility that he gets snatched up. I mean, you're talking about over 1,000 players that got released by this time. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of names on here that many of us didn't expect would be available. And I think overall, looking at the roster, it's going to be telling at how they plan to take this team direction-wise as we go forward and try to win the NFC North. So absolutely. Now we got J-Mo in the building. J-Mo, are you back? You good?
I don't know. Am I?
Nah, you still sound extremely low. People in the chat, is it just me and Mike, or do J-Mo sound real low or like he's muffled or something?
Yeah, let me know, y'all.
I didn't even hear what he just said right there.
Okay, so yeah, man. Look, man, we having technical issues when it comes to the microphone sometimes, and that's just the way it rolls sometimes, man. And we try to figure these things out, but hopefully it can get figured out, and Mr. J-Mo can give us some quality work.
Can you still not hear me?
Now, much better.
A little bit better, yeah. So
we'll see. I don't know. I think
that's much better, J-Mo. Much better.
Well, like I said, man, I got it's a lot going on. Oh wow, man, this is I'm saying some stuff, I'm saying some stuff going on that I'm just.
Yeah, it's funny. The Lions wasn't the biggest news of the day, man, but I think Isaac Nauta, he got cut because Logan Thomas is the real deal. I
disagree with that.
I remember that preseason game that the one of the guys who was covering the preseason game, he interviewed Stafford, and he was talking about the tight ends, and he was talking about TJ Hockenson and Jesse James, and Stafford told him that Logan Thomas was playing really, really good for them and doing solid. So I was surprised to hear that, and Isaac Nauta being cut. Now it makes sense. This is what Stafford said himself.
I think Isaac Nauta being cut was more so to do with the fact that they think nobody wants him and he'll be okay on the practice squad. And Bob Quinn
and Logan Thomas making this team.
I mean, but Bob Quinn has already said that he tried the same thing with Logan Thomas. Let's be honest. And somebody picked him up. So I just don't know if I'm ready to crown Logan Thomas the real deal. I don't see that. You know, like that's not.
I mean, he's been playing well all training camp, and we just cut a guy we drafted for him, so he must be doing something right.
What game you remember Logan Thomas in?
Right. Why didn't they use him? Why did they keep using Isaac Nauta?
Well, I think what it was with Isaac Nauta, they was trying to use him as a hybrid to get him some reps, but I think it was a lot of nerves playing their part with him. I don't think that that he was going to to me, the roster is still being cut. I know it's still people coming off and names are still being dropped, but I just still feel like Logan Thomas is, I can't say because he's on the team, he's the real deal. I can't say that. Mike, can you say that Logan Thomas is the real deal?
Look, I think obviously they think something of him because they let Nauta go. Do I think he's a legitimate like number 2? No, I don't think so. I don't think
he would be the number 3.
I know. I'm just saying that if he was the real deal, he would be better than.
I mean, come on, guys, don't harp on my words. Y'all know what I'm saying.
So when it comes,
we let him go for Logan Thomas.
I don't even think.
This guy saying you're real deal don't mean he's about to get 600 yards. I think
I don't think they let him go for Logan Thomas.
Stafford said that he was doing pretty good. That's just what it makes sense.
But it doesn't.
Logan Thomas get cut.
It doesn't make sense for me personally because I don't think that Isaac Nauta was cut for Logan Thomas. I suspect that they want to have room to, play around with because they're going to get below 53. They're going to do it. There was a lot of notable names released today, and they're going to try to go after some of those notable names. But I don't think it was because Logan Thomas solidified himself, and that's why Isaac Nauta.
So what happens if Logan Thomas makes the team?
Then if he makes the team, he makes the team. But
it means he did well enough to make the team, and he did better than Nauta. Otherwise, Nauta would have made a team.
But I disagree with that assessment. And the reason I disagree with that assessment is simply because just because he makes the team doesn't mean he did better. This is a good old boy league. I mean, how does Josh McCown keep getting jobs? How does all the other people
I'm just
keep
assuming we're gonna put the best roster out there, and if Isaac Nauta would be the best third option at tight end, we would have him on this team instead of.
That's not the case. That's not the case, and teams do it all the time where they release players thinking that they made the best move for the roster, and it's not. If Logan Thomas is supposed to be this grandstand thing, he wouldn't have been let go by the Bills. He would have gotten more time and more different things. Even when people went to training camps, you, Mike, I had all the different people who went to training camps. Nobody said anything about Logan Thomas. He was almost invincible. So
that's not true. It was a lot of reports talking about Logan Thomas was doing well. Okay. And Stafford literally said he was doing well. So I'm gonna take that into account.
Stafford can say
he could have mentioned anybody. Why did he bring up Logan Thomas? No one asked him to.
Well, listen, Stafford's gonna do what everybody else do. It's just like anything that you're gonna do. You're gonna promote your guys. You know what I'm saying? You can go into a gang life, you can go into whatever. But just because a person doesn't make the team, it does not mean that they were the best option for the roster. I don't care what nobody say.
I didn't say he was the best option. I was just saying he must have did something in camp for them to keep him on the team over Isaac Nauta. He had to do something, or they wouldn't keep him on the team over Isaac Nauta. They just wouldn't. He drafted him.
Hey, All I can, and I think Ted hit this one on the head where he says Thomas was better. Quinn liked him before Thomas didn't play in the last game. No, he didn't play in the last game, but I don't know if I'm ready to say he's better just yet. And the reason I say that is because I think what they're doing is, and this is just my belief. My belief is not to try to knock what J-Mo is saying per se, but to say the Isaac Nada move could have been more so based on who got released from other teams. That's what I read into. I read into it being that it was more about who else was released out there. You know, so for me, you know, I just don't see it. Now, Brad Beard says if Logan Thomas was invisible, he wouldn't have made the team. It seems like Luke might be a little butthurt. For what?
I mean, I don't think we down to the official 53, but if he make the team, it has to mean he was better than Nada. That's just my opinion on that. But
I think he was released for outside sources. I mean, Ja'Kai Polite was released, 3rd round pick for the Jets. Tyree Jackson for the Buffalo Bills quarterback was released.
Wait. Ja'Kai Polite was released?
I'm just pointing it out to you. I just think
that
LaShawn McCoy was released.
When I looked at the top free agent tight ends, it literally was Ebron, Jesse James, and then Polite. So I'm surprised they just released him like that.
Well, no, Ja'Kai Polite's an outside linebacker / edge rusher.
I'm thinking of the other person from the Jets that's a tight end. My fault.
Yeah. So yeah, but there was a number of people, and I'm doing a video about it. But there were a number of people that was released that I think that they are going to gear up to try to go and get. And I just look at that and I say, okay, and look, Kyle McDonald makes a good point. I bet you the Pats look at Nada. Then we're going to be trying to figure out what's really going on. Then all of a sudden, because every time somebody go to the Pats, they got to be great, right?
You already know what's going to happen. Tom Brady has the greatest offense and coach of all time. Let's just give it to him. Nada go there, he a star.
Agree.
We know this. Like Tom Brady, one thing I admire about him, it seems like no matter how good the player is, he going to make them look good.
Hey, man, appreciate it. Jordan Cartwright says, "Sup, fellas, about to give the video a like." Absolutely. We got 67 in the chat. Let's get those likes up. But let's really talk about it though, for real, Mike. I mean, in terms of the players, outside of Isaac Nada, was there anybody else that kind of surprised you that was cut?
No, I think it was pretty fair. I called this one a while ago. I think it was like a month or two ago. I said Pope is going to get cut from the Lions, the offensive tackle that we snatched up. And, man, I got a lot of grief from it, but I just didn't believe he was ready to be a tackle in this league. And I stated my case, man, and I think, man, I felt like I got – I feel like I got
for your neck, man.
for that one. And so, when he got released, it wasn't a shocker to me because, again, I felt like that Bo Benchois was going to be able to make this team as a guard. I didn't feel Pope was going to be able to transition well to tackle, so then he would have to compete with the guard position. I just didn't feel he was going to get it. So my idea was Bo Benchois in, Pope out. And so Pope got released. So it's kind of exactly what I was feeling. I know maybe others would feel kind of shocked that he got released. But again, man, I just didn't feel like he had what it takes to be on a 53-man roster.
Yeah, I mean, Pope to me the one that was kind of surprising for me in terms of the cuts, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna eat the crow on it personally. Was I did not think that they would get rid of PJ Johnson. I thought he did enough to stay on the team. I figured that the running back James Williams, who they released, was going to be released, but PJ, I thought they would give him a chance. But I think their thinking is put him on practice squad and we should be good. And I think that's where we're seeing it at. So I think that's where we're getting a lot of that love from. But those guys like Pope, yeah, he's going to go to the practice squad. I also said that Luke Bowinkle, and again, I'm just eating all my crow because, hey, I made my predictions and I am okay with being wrong. So I said Bowinkle looked like he
okay. Breaking news. The Lions have just released Brandon Powell.
What?
Dead serious.
What?
Now that was the shocker right now.
All right, man, y'all. I need to take this.
Okay, I'm in absolute shock right now.
Oh man, hold on, guys. I need to take this. First, I was gonna say it was so funny how Mike kindly destroyed Brandon Pope. I mean, he murdered Pope, but it was so polite. But Brandon Powell. Now I'm very confused because we released Duhart too. So is Chris Lacey still on the team? Because I'm about to smash.
Folks, here's what I'm thinking.
You're going to hear J-Mo spaz.
And I was talking about this offline, but Doss was released from the Raiders today, the wide receiver, the big wide receiver.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I thought that the Lions actually brought him in for a visit and had interest in him. So I'm kind of wonder if maybe they think they can snatch him up. But I'm still shocked that they released Brandon Powell, man. This is a shocker.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't like this.
I don't like it either, man.
I don't like this move because this is the reason why. Special teams. Because last year when Agnew got hurt, we were dead in the water. And then Powell did get hurt too. But I think it'd be better to keep him for that. But it seems like I guess they throwing Todd Johnson back there. Like, I don't know what, like, Duhart, all I know is that if Chris Lacey make this team, I'm going to drop a whole rant video because I don't think he's been cut yet, and they cut Duhart too. This is confusing.
I can't believe Powell's
or they
gone,
must
man.
really love Travis Fulgham for the fourth receiver or something.
Well, in case you missed it, they cut safety Andrew Adams, offensive lineman Luke Bowenko, cornerback Andre Cashier, wide receiver Jordan Lasley. That's the one who basically threw a football in the lake and came from Baltimore. They cut DN Eric Lee, wide receiver Tommy Lee Lewis, DN Mitchell Lowen, tackle Ryan Pope, punter Ryan Santososo, I probably said his name wrong, guard Micah St. Andrew, cornerback Jamar Summers, cornerback Tease Tabar, running back James Williams, D tackle PJ Johnson, tight end Isaac Nada, and as you just heard, wide receiver Brandon Powell.
I think Bob Quinn is saying y'all must have underestimated me. y'all must not know. Y'all must not know what this life is about. Who do you think I am? I am the master chef. He like, y'all don't know what I got cooking up because he like, y'all underestimated me, man. You really thought Powell was making this thing? Nah. Like, wow.
They got to be picking somebody else up.
But this is my point.
They are.
This is my point. And this is the point I was trying to make earlier with the Isaac Nada when I was supposed to be butthurt. I'm just trying to make the point that people are not getting cut because of them being better than somebody else or not being just as good as somebody else. It's so many people who have been released that they're going to take a hard look at. I mean, there are people out here that Lions fans wanted that are now available for us to just sign. So I'm just pointing it out.
Yeah,
but I agree with what Lionheart just said. He said Powell is definitely a part of the 53-man roster. This is the same thing with Jace Billingsley. I feel like that personally. I don't know if y'all feel like that, but I mean, they looking at these other wide receivers because I saw the thing about the guy that the Raiders released, Mike. I saw that. Yeah, I saw that they was interested in him and they talked to him a lot. So, but it must be it's a lot of people to choose from, and if we don't find the guys that we want, I think we will bring these guys back if they still available.
Well, I mean, they got their work cut out for them. I can tell you that much. And one of the things that I think that we should definitely pay attention to is as they finalize this 53-man roster is we need to pay attention to who got cut from other teams. Because I'm telling you right now.
Hey, I got some other breaking news as well.
Oh, snap, man.
But Kevin Strong's making the 53-man roster.
Okay, so I'll equal on that one. I didn't think he would make it because I remember the first two games that he got plowed over. But he did show up big in those last two. So I'll equal on that. I didn't think Strong make it. I had him as a bubble player, but hey,
Remind the new age of speaking facts. If Chris Lacey made this team, you're gonna see a full rant. Like, I'm serious.
Yeah, Chris Lacey should not make this team. Prior Time B says I thought Agnew would get cut over Powell. I don't know
No
why you
way.
thought that.
I told Primetime B in a comment. I responded. Agnew
Yeah, I did too.
He's in a different class when it comes to returning.
Yeah.
I don't think people realize that dude is the real deal at returning.
So we got 77 people in the chat. I only count 20-something likes. Am I wrong?
Come on, guys. Can we at least get to 50? Like the video, guys.
No,
Come
we
on,
need
guys.
to get to 100.
Pittman got cut.
Yeah, Pittman got cut already.
Yep.
Sorry about that, Evan.
So, Mike,
can we get those likes? Can we
Brandon
get those
Powell?
likes up to at least 70?
Yeah,
let's push for 70. Because that right there gets this video circulating and it's a lot going on. It says, okay, Brandon Powell was good on special teams, but he did not do enough as a receiver. That is his primary responsibility. Mike, what say you?
I disagree. I felt like he was doing everything he possibly could to make this roster. He was catching the balls. He was fast. He had the ability to be on the inside as well as be a speedy receiver. I felt like, especially when Curse went down, I felt like absolutely it was his job to lose, and he did nothing, in my opinion, to not make the roster according to preseason. But when this release happens, to me, it means that they're picking somebody else up. So I would not be shocked if you see some wide receiver that got released, like a Doss from the Oakland Raiders, to be joining our squad because, again, we were somewhat low when it comes to the wide receivers when it comes to 4 and 5. And I felt like Powell had the ability to be on this team. So his release suggests to me that they have found a wide receiver on another team that was released to be joining our squad.
And then when you look at those receivers, that list includes Anthony Johnson out of Buffalo, who got cut by the Buccaneers. It also includes the receiver Braxton Burrows from the New England Patriots. I'm just
they cut Berrios?
Yeah, they cut him.
Oh, I want him right now.
Yeah, they cut him. So
I want him on
the
team right now.
So
Berrios the real deal.
So you have some notable names out there at other positions, and that's why I think that and I think it was me. I forgot who it was. We was arguing about if they're going to carry 5 or 6 receivers, and I kept saying it was going to be 6, and it's always been 6. And I can't remember who it was that I was arguing with that with, but I just think they're looking at some of the other options. And again, Tyree Jackson, the quarterback from Buffalo, is a free agent. He was released. Ja'Kai Polite, a 3rd-round pick for the New York Jets, have been released. So there's some other people.
Also, the Jets released cornerback Marcus Cooper.
Oh, okay.
Marcus Cooper.
I think, man,
when he was on the team at one point, like I feel like
he was. I feel like he was, but it might be another Marcus Cooper.
No, I think it's the same one, the one from Kansas City. Then we picked him up, and he been bouncing around.
And they put Theo Riddick on IR at Denver.
I'm laughing because I told Lions fans in 2016, Theo Riddick ain't never been the same since he broke both of his wrists, and they've been arguing with me about Riddick since we cut him. And in the last 2 years, I told him he don't have it no more. After he broke his wrist, he's done. It just happens that way. But I can't believe Berrios got cut. I think we need to pick him up right now.
Well, he's definitely out there. Berrios is one of the people that's out there. We need to pick him up
right now. And he's a great returner.
Well, another guy that's out there that I think, worth a look, Steven Denmark was cut by the Bears. That's the guy who escorted the receiver off the field. He was cut by the Bears. I'm just saying. So he's out there. I am going to do a video on who the Lions should target. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be out by sometime tonight or tomorrow. Because there are a lot of people that I've targeted based on the team's needs, cap, and a host of other factors that do it.
Ted Rinshed just says TJ Jones was just released from the
New York released Giants. Earlier, but
how can the Giants release any receiver? They over there in receiver hell. What do you
I mean, but it's TJ Jones though. It ain't like
he played really well for them in the preseason. I don't know.
Well, it is the Giants also.
Powell got cut. Like, yeah, it's a confusing moment for us. John Doe says, "How do you feel about the Lions O-line depth?" I don't feel good about it. I think that was the one area of concern for me. It has always been an area of concern for me. And I know a lot of people was more focused on the secondary and we ain't got no pass rush. And I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I thought we got all of that. What about the offensive line? Now Abdullah Terrell says, Mike Thompson, running back, making the team. I didn't think he would make it, but we still got time to see what's going on. What say you guys about the offensive line depth? Let's start off with you, Mike.
Oh man, that's something that I want Bob Quinn to find in players getting released. I feel like we need to get better at the offensive line position with free agents that other teams release. I feel like there's upgrades out there guaranteed, because I think a lot of our second and third string offensive linemen were doing pretty poor. And so if they can find a better tackle out there, that would be nice. Possibly another backup guard, that would be great as well, in my opinion, or a swing player that can play both. And I do think they're going to upgrade that. So I would not think that this is the end-all, be-all when it comes to the offensive line whenever the 53 is completely released.
What say you, J-Mo?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
I hear you.
Yeah, all right. Well, I don't know, man. It's just something that you got to think about, you know.
Dante Hightower. Are you talking about the running back?
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, wait, huh?
Jordan Cartwright, are you talking about Dante Hightower, the running back, or the linebacker? Because I know New England ain't cut the linebacker. I know they ain't do that.
I'm kind of confused.
Now, Philip Dorsett.
Lion?
Yeah, Philip Dorsett is one of those receivers that I did put in my 8 players that the Detroit Lions will take a hard look at if cut or released from the Patriots. But
yeah, I know. But with the O-line, my thing is I'm very confident in the starters. And I think a lot of Lions fans, how bad the second and third stringers are, they ink that onto the starters. I think if our starters are out there, we're going to be fine. But if somebody goes down, then I think bench-wise our only okay offensive lineman. I don't know Tyrell Crosby even making the team. I'm not after that. We don't really have anyone, so I definitely think we will pick some people up. But as long as our starting O-line stays healthy, I think we'll be fine.
Okay. Dolo Dynamite says, "Hey DSA, Bills cut Tyree." Yeah, I know. He's on my list of people that the Lions will give a look at.
Two of y'all favorite quarterbacks, Brian Hoyer and Tyree Jackson, both cut.
No. You named the wrong people, man. You meant to say Brian Hoyer and Jake Rudock because he was released today too.
Oh, shocking. Yeah. They want Jake Rudock too. Lions fans are so enamored with Tyree Jackson.
Hey, now, Elk Production says David Fells is being seen by the Colts. They need anybody at this point
to cancel their franchise.
Yeah, they need anybody at this point. But with the rookies out there and the other people out there, no shocker. They're going to go after any quarterback they can find.
I did want to say one thing to the chat though.
Let's see.
I wanted to ask y'all one question.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that they released Devin Ozigbo?
Yeah, Saints. Yeah.
Shut the front door. Yep, he going on my list. That's another guy. He's another guy that the Lions need to take a hard look at. I mean, Devin Ozigbo is one of those guys that I just love his ability to get in and out of his cuts. And I could have swore he was on the Vikings. Maybe I'm going crazy. You said the Saints did it?
Yeah, that's what they said.
I could have swore he was on the Vikings. Maybe I missed something, but
No, I don't think he was on the Vikings. I don't know.
I think that's who he signed with when he was undrafted.
No, he's a running back, right? I mean, unless he was really low on the depth chart, because with the Vikings, Amir Abdullah and his other running back was competing.
Yeah, they had Amir Abdullah and they had Madison from out of boys.
Remember Ozigbo being there, unless he was like way down the depth chart. But
he was
it probably was the Saints.
He was an undrafted free agent. So now I'm up here looking because that's a guy that I still love his game, and so I'm looking to see if I can find his name.
Yeah, it was the Saints. We need more depth on the O-line. But like I said, I think if our starters are out there, man, I think we're gonna be great all year. But you know about Quinn, man, he's gonna make some more. And we got so much cap space. I'm just not convinced that we done signing people like somebody that can help the team.
Now I can tell you this much, man. I've ate my fair share of crow, but for the most part, my prediction for that 53-man roster has been spot on. I see that Leo Callow, whatever his name, the lineman, he got waived. So no shockers there. Will Anthony Pittman make the practice squad? I think he should. And if he don't, it's a tragedy. It really is. I think he should have made the 53-man roster given our depth. But hey, I've seen stranger things. Now we got 79 people in the chat. We got 45 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. So that still counts as 46. Let's get those likes up. Appreciate it. We got Gold Lions who said, did Thompson make the team? We are still waiting.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many more people need to be cut.
I think the last time I checked, it was 20. But
yeah,
20.
Yeah,
so still plenty of people that could go.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we should be finding out at any time. Usually, how it works is last time when they got done at 4 p.m., the actual 53 was released around 5:10. So I'm going to assume they're going to wait as long as humanly possible to release that, because you know how Patricia is, right. Mr. Secretive. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
I would say though, Andrew Adams, Brandon Powell, and Nada got to be surprising, especially Powell. I'm telling you, Luke, you got to be right on one thing. Whoever was their number 4 receiver on the dream chart or something must have got released. And they were like, "Yeah, Powell, you can go. I don't care what you did."
Yeah, I mean, I think they're looking at that.
Or Fulgham, they like, well, maybe you can be our 4th receiver. It's either one of those or it could be both of those. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think the thing is, when we had the draft show, we talked about this, and I said, hey, if they're picking them up in the 6th, 7th round, those guys are not locks to make the team. They're going to have to earn their spots, and it's looking to be that way. I felt that they were going to be mostly practice squad guys, but I knew that at some point, I knew at some point we was going to have to tell some people goodbye. And like I said, one of the things I think we all discussed was them having enough cap room and enough cap space to just basically say, okay, when other cuts come down, because over 1,000 players got cut today, people, they want to be able to go after certain people. It's some notable rookie linemen. It's some notable, like people don't realize this, but Johan Williams was placed on the physically unable to perform reserve list, which means technically he is not on the roster for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Hey, I got 2 questions for y'all. One, do you think Fulgham makes the team? And is Keenan Allen any type of option if he decides to take a pay cut?
Do I think
because I'm kind of worried? Fulgham, I don't trust Bob Quinn no more. Like, Bob Quinn, hey man, you fooled me once, fooled me. For all we know, Bob Quinn cutting Fulgham, and we keeping Lacey and Lashley. Like, I think Lashley got cut already, but we keeping Lacey and Kennedy or something. Like, I ain't trusting Bob Quinn no more.
I think Fulgham makes the team. I do. I absolutely do. I think, again, I'm sorry, news is just breaking out. The Lions have cut Charles Washington.
Also heard, shocker there.
He also heard D Virgin has made the 53.
That's
really
okay. Wow.
He was a guy that I eat crow on that I thought would be cut.
Wait, what is he? A defensive tackle?
Defensive end / outside linebacker.
Like yeah, a linebacker.
I just felt that.
I mean,
I thought Eric Lee did better than him. So
yeah, I thought me too.
But it's a money issue. You got to follow the money, man. Detroit's own Big Will is in the building. What up, though, Big Will? Welcome to the show.
Good, Big Will.
Let me see.
Big
he
Will,
said, "Did Luke just swear?" I don't think I did, but if I did, my apologies.
I did not hear him say KFC's real name.
So. Right.
Yeah, man. But like I said, I don't trust Bob Quinn. I don't think any of us can at this point.
Now, this is a very good question right here, and I think it's a topic that we're going to probably be split on. But would it be crazy if the Lions carry 3 quarterbacks? I don't think so, and I think that it's a strong possibility that they do carry 3 quarterbacks. And I can understand why they liked that quarterback from the Browns. Because even when I watched that game, he was slanging it, and he showed mobility. He wasn't the most accurate, but again, you gave up a 7th round pick, so the risk reward is not that high. So
I don't think he actually makes the initial roster. I think they swap 7th rounders for him. I think what's going to take place, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think he ends up going to our practice squad, and they have a talk with him saying, look, We think that you have the ability to potentially be a backup in the next year and coming years. We want you to develop. Are you willing to go ahead and just be on the practice squad? Even though we traded and swapped 7th rounders, I just have a hard time believing the Lions go 3 quarterbacks. It's just, to me, it's why when you only need one backup and you can throw someone on the practice squad.
I think the year was 2017. Tom Brady was playing with 2 other backup quarterbacks. So from my perspective, I think we could have 3 quarterbacks. And I remember, I don't know if I said this on the round table or in one of my videos, I was like, the Browns' 3rd string quarterback actually looked kind of good. Now, I couldn't remember the dude's name, but it was Blow. And I know Lions fans seen him play against us and he wasn't good, but I was like, because I was looking for other quarterbacks, Jarrett Stidham. I'm like, yeah, dude is nice. That's why Brian Hoyer is gone. So, and I was looking, he was one of the guys that I was like, he actually looks kind of solid. So, and I wouldn't be surprised if we carried 3 quarterbacks, but I'm thinking of it of a perspective like you carry Stafford, of course, and then Tom Savage is your veteran you rely on, and then you have your younger quarterback because isn't he like an undrafted rookie out of Purdue?
Well, yeah, but he's a
so like he's young. Like I'm not gonna trip if they carry 3 quarterbacks, honestly.
So CA3 Sports Talk is in the building. What's going on, Carl?
What's going on, man?
Much better, much better. Your microphone's much better.
Yeah, I'm on a better computer too, so
hey, that makes a lot of sense, man. I mean, Carl, you think we carrying 3 quarterbacks on the Detroit Lions?
I wouldn't be surprised if he would. I mean, because so sometimes you need depth at that quarterback position, and sometimes with Matthew Stafford constantly getting beat up, I wouldn't be surprised if they put 3 quarterbacks on the roster.
I mean, it makes sense to me. 1 for grooming and 1. I mean, he got mobility. The dude can move, and he got a nice arm.
Yeah, I remember them destroying Ohio State last year. So
and that's the game that I remember him from.
Man, they beat the crap. Yeah,
that's the game I remember him from. Now we got Jordan Cartwright who says, I really do appreciate y'all doing this live stream, man. No, we appreciate you being here rocking with us, man, because otherwise we'd just be talking to ourselves. So you the real MVP on this one. So appreciate you for rocking with us. Shane Ray is out there. I wouldn't touch Shane Ray with somebody else like Stick. I'm good on Shane Ray. I just don't think that he's a consistent pass rusher, and he's not good in coverage. So outside of that, what are you using him for?
I've been hearing a lot. Go ahead, Carl.
He's a little too injury prone to me too. So I don't want to.
I ain't even get into that.
I was about to say a lot of Lions fans is entertaining. If they release Kiko Alonso, what
did Powell do for the few years he was here? Powell has not been here.
He's only been here 2 years.
He's only been.
I'll say this. This is what Powell has done. His first preseason was way better than this one. It was very good. And when he finally got his opportunity, he got hurt because when he was returning when Agnew was hurt, then he came back and had some catches, had a 100-yard game at the end of the season, and that's basically it. And then what he did this year in the preseason.
Here's the thing. Last year, we picked Brandon Powell up as an undrafted free agent as a wide receiver. So last year was his first year. This would have been his second year.
Yeah, there's this notion going around, and I know other people's been saying this for whatever reason. People think Brandon Powell has been on this team forever. He's only been on the team. He was a rookie last year, so his first year was last year, and he was on a practice squad, and then got taken up to the roster and played in the final regular season game against the Packers. So he's not been on this roster that long.
Nope.
Just to dispel some rumors, if people believe that's not true. He's only been on the team. He only came on the team last year.
Right. Yeah. If you believe Brandon Powell's been here for a long time, you don't know your sports. You need to go back and look over because we just got him. Literally, we just got him.
Wait, Carl. So what do you think about Brandon Powell being cut?
I mean, I'm disappointed. I was surprised. I wish I could speak when you guys first said that, but I was really surprised. Because I saw a lot of good flashes during the preseason and also during the season last year. So, and I thought we were weak, just like some of you guys said in the broadcast before. I thought we were weak at that 4 or 5 position. I thought we could use a guy like Brandon Powell. But
yeah, and
it is.
Buffed Up made a comment. It says the emergence of Powell has been amazing, because I said that Brandon Powell was emerging, and I did, because I felt like he was making a lot of progress from when he came on the team. And to me, by him getting released, I believe again that they're maybe looking at another wide receiver that got released from another team. Like, again, the Raiders released Doss, the wide receiver that was doing amazing in preseason. So we shall see. But yes, that was a swipe at me, and I definitely own up to it, because I did not believe that he was going to get released.
I mean,
I do want to say.
I mean, here on DSA, man, we hold ourselves accountable. If we say something and we wrong, it's wrong.
Right, no, what would you go say, girl?
I mean, there's two things I take away from this cut. I think they either trust Travis. I think they trust Travis Fulgham a lot, and they're looking for somebody else. That's how I view it. Even though they don't play the same position, so it doesn't really make sense to me. But still,
well, Fulgham is.
I know Fulgham's outside, but he's not really a slot. That's why it don't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, listen, we had 86 at one point. We got 49 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down, so that's not even close to 100%. Thumbs it down, thumbs it up, preferably thumbs up. Please hit one of those two. We appreciate it. Get those thumbs up so we can get those likes up, people. I love what I'm gonna go back to it and highlight it, because I think it was a good comment right here by Kid Dead KD. He says, we cutting fan favorites and we chopping Sam Martin celery. We most be going after somebody. I'm telling you, that's
somebody big.
I'm telling you, he's not playing. He's right about some things where don't be surprised if they work a deal out with the Cincinnati Bengals for Johan Williams. He's hurt. He's out for the season, obviously. But guess what? If I can sit there and get a trade to have a guy, I couldn't argue with it. But I think what you're going to start to see is the people you fall in love with are going to be people who may not be here. And this is why I tell you, love football first. But don't fall in love.
And I do want to say I'm not really tripping because our fourth receiver used to be TJ Jones, so it can't get any worse than that. We'll definitely have somebody that can fill in the role, but it just makes me think if Kirk didn't get hurt, would he have made this team?
And folks, we have 87 people in the building and 54 thumbs up. Let's get them thumbs up all the way as high as possible. And if you have not subscribed to any of the DSA members currently on the roundtable, that would be Luke G's Field Review, obviously 313 JMO, CA3 Sports Talk, and myself, Mr. MicroMike. Please do so, because we bring some hot content to you, and that's what we do.
Well, I can tell you this much right here. If you have not subscribed to them, all of their channels are in my description right now. You just simply click on there, go to their channel, subscribe, come on back. We appreciate you and keep this thing going. We had 88 at one point, so let's get those likes up. Now, Elk Production says, when we blowing teams out by 30 in the fourth quarter, we gonna need a quarterback to come in to release Stafford. Hey, I salute
Comment
that.
of the day, bro. He right. We gonna need to have some bright moments. Be like, oh yeah, I like David Blow. He looked solid when we blew them out by 40. Yeah.
I hope we don't keep Stafford in. We need somebody. We need somebody else to put in there.
Yeah, I mean, it says Lions love Andy Johnson as a special teams contributor.
Oh my gosh, I hate him as a receiver. He's great at those special teams. I'm not gonna even lie, he is. But as a receiver, no, you're not it. And if they keep him on this team, I'm gonna feel bad for Stafford.
My bad.
Wow.
He says, my bad about Powell. I heard his name a lot since the Tate trade. Yeah, I mean, we only had him for 1 year. Last year was his rookie season, and you heard about him because he was doing things, and that's
right.
That's
and Golden Tate himself said he was next up. So
yeah. Bob Quinn says something about a quarterback for the practice squad in a recent interview. So I don't think we carrying 3 quarterbacks on our 53-man roster. Quote me on it. Hashtag dissecting Quinn speak. Hey, tone of voice. That's what I do. And if that's what you heard, you better dissect it, because what he say a lot of times is flat out the truth, and we think he lying.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either way, but I just don't want Tom Savage to make this team.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't want Savage anywhere.
I think he probably will make this team, but I don't want him to. I want anything. I want to take David Blow.
Okay,
David Blow, Josh Johnson.
I got breaking news. Chris Lacey is the number 4 wide receiver. according
Mike,
to.
if you joking right now, because I'm about to lead the stream.
I'm not
playing.
joking, man. I got my feet up right now.
Oh wow!
Hey, everyone, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I done had a good time, but I'm gonna have to mute myself for like 3 minutes.
Prior time B says,
Because
stop disliking
we
Big,
gotta
man. You're being a
keep it
hater.
clean. We gotta keep it clean, and I don't want to curse. Mike, you gotta be kidding, right?
I'm not kidding, man. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
Come on, bro. You about to make me cry, bro. You lying.
Hey, I'm with you, man. I am 100% with you. We had a subscriber said, "Why y'all bring Everything King on no more? We have different shifts." We love Everything King. He's one of the greatest YouTubers here, and anytime he can ever join, he's always welcome to. But the thing is, folks, his shift is different than ours, and he's having some he has family issues he's got to deal with, and that's far more important than talking Lions.
Yeah. So
I got one question, y'all. Please tell me, what has Chris Lacy ever done in his entire life to be the fourth receiver for the Detroit Lions?
Listen, I don't even know if that's true or not. They could be trying to get your
all
blood
right,
pressure.
where are you getting this from? Like,
I mean, because he got me
confirmation that
looking
people
like
made
what?
the team. The 53-man roster ain't been made, so how do we know certain dudes made the team?
I'm just confused, man.
Hey, man, I'm telling you what's coming up on
What
my
are you
feed,
reading?
man. And
that's what I'm asking.
Coming up on my feed, man. I can tell.
No, who's the Twitter? Like, who is it?
Okay, I will send it to you.
Because like I need to know. I need to confirm. Because you gotta be credible, because this don't make no sense. Chris Lacy has been trash in the preseason.
I love this comment from Brandon Blake. He said, if Stafford back is hurting, it's because he's tired of carrying his team. I can see that.
Facts. You're gonna have to carry the team with Chris Lacy, your fourth receiver.
I don't know how true that is. He even got my blood pumping a little bit.
Oh my good. Oh yeah, that rant video is coming. Stay tuned, bro.
That can't be true though.
Like, I'm almost getting mad at Mike for reporting it, man.
Hey, I'm telling you where I'm getting.
I know, man. I'm just saying,
news. But again, when it comes to these wide receivers, I'm not convinced any of this right now. Because, again, I think that they're probably looking for individuals that got released by other teams. So what I said before, too, when it comes to this 53-man roster, don't believe this is the end-all, be-all. Because they're going to be making moves looking for other guys with the last couple of people that made the team. So, in my opinion, this is not set in stone at all.
I hope not, because if it is, it's the end-all.
Well,
Chris Lacy is not no fourth receiver on no NFL football team.
Another notable thing is Tracy Walker switches number from 47 to 21.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He kind of won a sleigh number.
Yeah, so I mean, no shocker there, but okay. I think what you're starting to see is this: a lot of people are getting cut. They have until 2 p.m. I believe tomorrow to create their practice squad. So expect for a lot of names to be on practice squads, and it's just one of them things. Now I got Ted that says Fulgham is the number 4, so I don't know.
I was gonna say Luke, so you just gonna gloss over what just happened with Chris Lacy, man?
I'm gonna say Fulgham.
You don't have any thoughts?
Oh wait, you say I'm gonna gloss over what happened to who?
With Chris Lacy. Being the number 4 receiver.
Listen, I told you. I basically said, listen, I'm gonna wait till I see that paper. I gotta see it in ink to believe it.
He's like, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah, sometimes you being shocked and you don't know what to say, so you just gotta be quiet. Like what? I know we're not gonna be coming out too often with him on the field, but golly, it's gonna be a lot of 3 receiver tight end stats.
I don't see nobody in the chat talk about Lacy, that dude. And this is the thing with Lacy for me. He's been hyped up so much. So what do I do? When you hype up a guy, I'm going to pay the most attention to you and you alone. And I did that and saw nothing.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
All right, Bob. I told you Bob Quinn you can't trust him out here, bro.
The only possible thing I can think of is special teams. At that point, that's really it, man. If they're looking, if he can contribute on special teams, that would be it, man. Other than that, I don't like him as a wide receiver. I don't think
I'm gonna start calling. He made the team. I'm gonna call him the GOAT from now on.
Now, Siptroit Media makes a very good point, which he says moves will be made just like for Okor and Kennard. And that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, I don't think that a lot of these people are getting cut because they trash. it's a lot of good players being cut right now from
Yeah.
other teams that they probably like, yo, he was on our radar. You released him. Now we got 90 people in the chat,
Yeah.
and we got how many likes that we up
We only
seeing?
got 60, man. Let's get
Let's
them
get the
up
thing to
to
90. Let's
Yeah.
get it to 90 people.
I'll
Keep it coming.
I'll eat the crow, man, because last year around this time I was saying that Bob Quinn was stupid for cutting Zettel, but it is what it is. You know?
Yeah,
Well,
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like the Anthony Zettel cut.
I still don't like the Anthony Zettel cut because that whole first year before we got snacks, we still couldn't touch nobody. He was the only one healthy.
It's two cuts I didn't like. When we cut Tion Green, I'm like, you messed up. And Anthony Zettel, I was like, I didn't like that. Antoine was good, man. And I still feel like we had Tion Green instead of LeGarrette Blount, we would have been better. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
we have Andy Jones and Chris Lacey, bro. Like, y'all, Stafford should just retire, bro. Like, stop, bro.
listen.
Like Stafford gonna be like, oh, so Matthew Stafford, why did you retire? I just looked at my receiving core, and I just saw Brandon Powell and Travis Fulgham released, and I just couldn't take it anymore.
Robert Chapman, welcome to the show. I never seen your name, but I do love the logo that says
nice
always
logo.
a tiger.
Fulgham is a beast, man.
Marcus Cooper to the Lions? No. That's a dead dream, James. I don't think that's happening. They've tried that one already.
No, I think number 41 would make it before Marcus Cooper, whoever that guy was. I like him.
Yeah.
What was his name? It started with an A or something. I can't remember his name.
Now Dolo Dynamite says, okay, guys, down to 68. So we're down to 68 people. Is that what you're saying?
Well, we should be down to 53. It's just going to take a minute for.
Yeah, they probably still.
I think he might be talking about the likes or something because we got 87 people. Sip Troy said J-Mo is ticked off. Dude, I literally just told you I was going to do a rant video if this man made the team, and Mike just told me he made the team.
Well, listen, I see that Mars is landing like other people talked about TJ Jones being cut from the Giants. Would you be opposed to the Lions bringing him back?
He over Chris Lacey? Yes, I'm serious. I don't like Chris Lacey.
I
do not understand, bro. I do not Chris like Lacey, Chris Lacey.
I think there's better options though out there.
I mean, to me, TJ Jones, you know, I mean, TJ Jones, he just
receiver.
To me, TJ Jones was always in to me. He never was trash, but he was always in to me. There's nothing that stood up to me about his game.
Man, TJ Jones know the system. He know the quarterback.
You know, but he knows the system though. I'll take him as a
Chris Lacey, bro. I'd rather have Andy Jones, bro. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm not tripping. He better show me that you the greatest. Like, make me shut up. Make me make an apology video.
And you dead serious too. That's the sad part.
Wow.
He's not joking.
When you make a rant video, I love listening to it, man. It's hilarious. So if you do make a rant video, I cannot wait.
Now, I'm going to wait till tomorrow till it's official. But if it's official, Bob Quinn, you getting the smoke. I'm sorry.
And Mars says we need him back. I mean, I'm not going to act like I'm opposed to it. I mean, especially if you're telling me Chris Lacey. I'm just,
right.
You know.
Jones making the team, yeah.
Abdul Terrell says, do you think P.J. Johnson makes the practice squad? Absolutely. I think that's where he was going for sure. As soon as we got Mike Daniels, I think that pretty much solidified him as a practice squatter, in my opinion. And look, I feel like he's done well for a 7th-round pick, but he still has development. And so throw him on the practice squad, let him develop for a year. And next year, I think he really has a good chance to make this roster.
I think on top of it, you know, he showed some promise. I saw him beating double teams, and he wasn't doing that before. I saw him doing a few other things. So, I wait a minute. Did that thing say I've been watching the Lions since they played in the Tiger Stadium? Robert Chapman, what up?
Hey man, we won in the Super Bowl for you this year.
Yeah, man.
What?
Wow.
Like, I bet some people don't even realize that happened. Like, what you mean they played in the Tiger Stadium? Excuse me?
Yeah, man. We won the Super Bowl for you. Don't worry, we ain't gonna depend on the receivers. We got great running backs.
Man, hey, yeah, we need to do something, man. That's crazy.
Man. Been out there since Martha was young, so we definitely got to win one for you.
It says, so happy for Kevin Strong, 10th straight year undrafted free agent made the Lions. Interesting. That's an interesting stat. I like that. That's an interesting stat.
Oh yeah. I mean, man,
they laughing at you, J-Mo. They cannot believe.
No, because they understand that They understand. It's not like I said. You don't see not one person in the chat talking about Chris Lacy is good. Now I expected that because it's always going to be somebody who disagrees with you. But I don't see one person saying he's good. So what are we talking about? And PJ Johnson, I'm actually very concerned. I think he played too good. I'm concerned. I hope he makes the squad because I feel like some team might take a chance on him. One of the like bottom 4 teams might be like, let's take him. Kind of concerned, but I hope he makes it. I hope he doesn't go somewhere else.
Now, we have a post that's from KD Dead Kid who says, I wonder if Austin Bryant will get cut. Man, they talking about putting him on IR.
Yeah.
I read something that said that he may be going to IR. So if that happens, then, I'm still waiting on people named like Malik Carney, where that at? So those names still ain't come up. And,
Fulcrum has made the squad.
Yeah. You got a 1 point. You still minus
he
one.
Better make the squad though.
Hey, no, if Fulcrum didn't make the squad, I would have had to leave because I got to keep it clean.
That was your guy throughout the whole offseason.
Yeah, I've been hyping up Fulcrum.
I might have been out of
shout out to my people who are saying things like my first Lion game was at the Tiger Stadium, man. Yo, people don't realize that. Y'all showing y'all age a little bit, It's Joseph Murdoch says, I said the same watching the Lions when A-Cars played at Tiger. Man, that's crazy. Shout out to y'all, man. Look, Dolomite let T's finally gone. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. let me address that really quick. There's I got some videos coming out about it because it irritated me with how they're trying to portray this. If you go through and you look at the Baltimore Ravens, one of the best GMs in NFL history, who's already a Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken, which is Ozzie Newsome. He had a lot of myths, but he hit, and when he hit big. And one of the things that he was special for was making sure that he was able to get out of his own way before it got too bad. Now, let me just tell y'all why cutting T's Tabor makes Bob Quinn even more of a better GM for me, in my opinion. In the past, the Detroit Lions general manager would draft somebody, and just so they wouldn't be wrong, they would let that dude play out his entire contract plus an extra year, just so they can say they wasn't wrong. He literally said, you know what? This is a guy that I did not really want, but my head coach at the time, which was who? Jim Caldwell, did. And I figured since he's making the meal, I'll buy the groceries that he needs.
That's what people forgetting. People forgetting we drafted Tease Tabor for Terrell Austin's defense. And to be honest with you, even if it was limited snaps, he looked better in Terrell Austin's defense. I mean, we know he looked horrible last year, but I'm just saying that those are just facts, even in the preseason. So, I mean, every coach makes mistakes. Didn't some team just release the 3rd round pick that they just got? So
I know the Jets released.
I mean,
they got him last year and they released him.
But they try to make it like it's an indictment on Bob Quinn, when I'm like, you do realize Green Bay released their 2017 second round pick and Josh Jones too. So
tell me that after TJ Hawkinson and Jelani
he missed on the second round pick, but then he got a Kenny Galladay. He really did well in there. So it's more of, can you win more than you lose? Yeah. And there's always gonna be busts out there. It's just the way it is. But if you can find the diamond in the rough in the later rounds, that really shows you the quality of general manager that you are and your ability to trust in your scouts.
Yeah, you know what's funny? My fault.
No, go ahead, Carl.
Now, listen, real quick, hold up. I forgot about this. Chris ain't lying. So Chris says Luke had to tell me how to follow someone on the live stream because my grandkids wasn't here. I'm that old. I forget
I remember that.
He did hit me up like, so how do I find it? I was like, wait, what? Okay. Yes, you're right. Shout out for being here and rocking with us though, man. But yeah, you're right.
I was gonna say that to me, and I'm not saying this is some universal thing. This is just a personal JMO opinion. Every draft, if you can hit on 3 and then have a 4th that's a rotational, you did good.
I agree.
Bob Quinn's drafts, you hit on 3 the first draft. I mean, whether y'all like Taylor Decker or not, you got Taylor Decker, you got Glasgow, and I can't remember who else we had drafted, but I think we drafted Ashawn. Rotational guys, and then the second draft, you got Agnew and Kenny Galladay and Jarrett Davis And then you got Jalen Reeves, Maven, and then the new draft, you got Carrion and Ragnow and Tracy Walker. So that's all I'm concerned with. So he missed on Teach Tabor. Yes, definite miss, but we hit on the rest of the guys in that draft.
Yeah, he missed on Michael
Robert
as
Chapman
well.
says was a great GM. He would have be moving on and making a path for another quarterback by getting a stronger number 2 in here. Well, I mean, if you, I'll give you a little homework, Mr. Chapman. You do this little homework. Go and look at the other 31 teams and tell me how many of them have a legit backup, like a legit backup. If you can't get 15 of them that got a legit backup, then I don't think our team is doing anything different than the rest of the league. And if the question then becomes, well, I can find 15. Okay, well, please come and show me the 15 because I'm having a hard time discovering that. And I went through and examined every single one of them. So that's one thing. Secondly, if you get Stafford out of here, who do you replace him with? I would love for you to tell me who they could have got in last year's draft where they were picking at 8 that you would have rather had come in with this team and start. Just food for thought.
I guess I might not have said this on the round table, but I always said the Lions, if you want to get your quarterback, get this guy or get that guy. Last few years, I was like, look, you get Deshaun Watson, you're not going to hear J-Mo complain. I was like, you get I would have even taken Lamar Jackson. I would have taken Patrick Mahomes. I didn't know what he was, but I wouldn't have been upset. But these new age quarterbacks, the Josh Rosen, Sam Donald, I like Baker, but like no. Last year, Haskins, like these, no. Trevor Lawrence, Tua, I don't know. So sometimes there's guys that come along that I would be fine with, but the Lions didn't take a risk on those guys.
So Buffed Up says he would have taken Dwayne Haskins. Man. So you would have taken Dwayne Haskins and brought him in with this line. I mean, look what they did to Joey Harrington. They told that man he couldn't audible. Okay, and then after they told him he couldn't audible, you're gonna put that guy with this team finally get a man a running game for the first time in his 11th season, and now you want to go and start it off with a rookie quarterback. Okay, you do realize Dak Prescott looked good because the offensive line was already built.
And Dolo Dynamite says Green Bay caught Deshaun Kaiser. Yes, I heard about that. And no, by any question, I do not want him on the squad.
I don't want Deshaun.
I wouldn't even want him in the DSA. Now, he may fit other groups, but he wouldn't fit here, man.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing, man. We had 90 people in the chat. We got 65 thumbs up. Let's get those likes up, people. As far as Deshaun Kaiser, nope. Whoever else want him can have him. I'm good.
Well,
I am good.
I mean, you can call me crazy, but I feel like ever since Quandre Diggs hit him, he ain't never been the same. But it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, offensive line mean a lot, man. Because I remember when I was watching the game where a lot of people were banged up on the Dallas offensive line and Zeke was gone. It was the Dallas Cowboys versus Atlanta Falcons. It was 1 year. Adrian Claiborne had like 6 sacks on Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott couldn't do a thing.
Nope. And that's because he didn't have a running game. The running game was dead.
Yeah, they lost Zeke.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Chapman says, let's make a transition towards that because you're not going to win with Stafford. If you're making that transition, then we don't make the moves we made in free agency. We don't make the move, all the things. In order for you to make that transition, that means that they would have fired the head coach last year. They would have went in a totally different direction, but they didn't. They brought people in to set it up so that it can be similar to what Tom Brady has, which is a run game, short passes, and not asking the quarterback to be the only lifeblood. I think you're talking about just to get Stafford out of here. You're talking about a complete overhaul. And I made this comment.
It don't make sense right now.
No, it doesn't. And I
maybe after this year or after next year.
I mean, and Abdullah Terrell says, he says, can you imagine not being able to audible and being stuck in a play it's going to get you killed? And that's what happened to Joey Harrington. It was tragic. And then I take it a step further. Every fan who says get Stafford out of here were a lot of those same fans who said fire Jim Leland from the Tigers. How did that work out? Those were the same fans who said get rid of Larry Brown. How did that work out? Every time one of our teams do what you say, now you're even more mad because they did what you said, and now you don't know how to respond to it. But the truth is most of the times that stuff that you're seeing is a result of them responding to the fans. I love that our new regime is not listening to you guys.
Yeah, that's my preferred, and I just think like it's a proven year for everybody. Matt Patricia, Bob Quinn, and Stafford, because a lot of Lions fans like myself and guys on the roundtable think if people are healthy, we should be able to win, and if you still don't win, then there's a serious problem. But I just don't think Lions fans look, man. We aren't a winning franchise. We ain't won a playoff game, but when we didn't have Stafford, like we literally was winning 2 games per season.
And this is
like,
the thing.
Do y'all really want to go back to that?
This is the thing. I keep trying to explain it to people. Be careful what you wish for. Okay? Be careful what you wish for. Because when you get it, I'm going to tell you right now, if it was that easy to say next man up, I have yet to meet a fan who didn't say next man up when it comes to the quarterback. They did it with Charlie Batch. They did it with Rodney Peete. They did it with Scott Mitchell. The list goes on. We had Frank Wright, who's now a head coach as a quarterback on our team, and they was clamoring for him to be in the game. They thought it was going to be McMahon. Then they thought at some point we have to just understand that we need to be mindful of what we have, and until we get the right thing, it's not going to be worth moving on from the guy. But this show isn't about Stafford. It's about this 53-man roster and how it should be built and how it should be translated for us to get wins. Right now, some of the cuts that they made have not taken my confidence away that we should still blow the Cardinals out by double digits.
Oh man, that's the last thing on my mind.
Look,
like I said, we don't win that game.
And when the Cardinals, folks, if you ain't seen my hype video of the Lions and Cardinals, man, make sure you do so.
Here's my opinion on that game, man. Boy. Here's my opinion on that game, man. If we don't blow up that college offense, man, I'm gonna be mad. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, and it should be blown up. It should be blown up, and I'm telling you, first of all, it should be all type of people just in like Kyler Murray's face doing jumping jacks, moonwalks, backflips, tummy rolls, you name it. They should be constantly harassing him. He should be distracted.
And we better not lose to a coach who can't win with Patrick Mahomes. We better not lose to him.
Right.
Sorry.
Now other notable cuts, because I know these cuts are still coming in. They are still reporting the cuts and things like that. So we want to make sure that we get that to you. Other notable cuts that I just happened to see, and I do not see some of the stuff that we talked about earlier, but I do see that it's looking like the Lions is going to carry 3 quarterbacks. So they have not cut the guy they just traded for. That goes some food for thought for you right there.
But they haven't cut the other quarterbacks.
They ain't cut Johnson. I mean, we still got like 5 quarterbacks on the roster.
Yeah, but I still think those guys are probably going to get the X more so, not outside of Johnson. I think Johnson proved that he should have a shot.
Yeah, I was just going to say, now I did say that I think if we should keep, well, I don't say I think we should, but we might keep 3 quarterbacks, but I was going to say, you think they go Savage, Blow, even though that don't sound right, pause. Or then or they go like Johnson and then David Blow.
Johnson, in my opinion, is the better quarterback over Savage.
Yeah,
I mean, we know that, but what will the Lions do? They surprised us, Chris Lacey.
They pick up fails again.
For all we know, they take Sam Savage and Josh Johnson and leave us with a lot of question marks.
Oh man, that would be a lot of question marks.
I think they better take Josh Johnson, man. I didn't watch preseason game, but I saw the highlights, and Josh Johnson just looked 10 times better. But I'll be mad if they took Tavis over Johnson personally. And
I mean, Darrell Bevell plays with a mobile quarterback for years, so he knows how to adjust that system. But I'm not really. I mean, I don't think Stafford's getting injured. So
well, yeah,
the reason we keep that quarterback is because we're trying to groom him to maybe be a replacement later down the road.
Yeah, but I think what Chapman's concern is if he gets hurt. But the question becomes, if Aaron Rodgers get hurt, what happened with the Green Bay Packers? If Tom Brady gets hurt, what happens with them?
They still win the Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt.
I'm just saying.
Tom Brady got the best backup in the league. I swear Belichick don't like him.
Tom Brady's backup is now the rookie. Hoyer's gone. And there's nobody else there but the rookie. So
Stidham the ball.
I'm just saying.
I like Jarrett Stidham at Auburn. I
No,
like
I
him.
love Jarrett Stidham, so I'm just being honest. So I wanted him.
No,
Him
I'm
and
just
Quentin
saying.
Carrion, man, were the truth.
We
I'm
got
No, they
just
were.
saying,
86. We got 86.
if any star player get hurt, you should suffer. It is what it is. What if we're still in the Barry Sanders era and he get hurt? Should we still be able to run the ball phenomenally like that? No.
No.
That's what makes special players special. That's why when Ezekiel Elliott's not in for the Dallas Cowboys, they look like jokes.
It's
He's a
gonna be so
special
funny
player.
when they lose one of those first 3 games.
We got 91 folks in the chat and 70 thumbs up. Let's get to 91. That would be fantastic. I see we got 3 thumbs down. Hey, we know we love it too, man. You're taking your time to actually give us a view, so we love it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean those thumbs down still count because that's still a view. And then you're gonna leave and come back. That's another view. So hey, appreciate it. But here's a question: Who's on the roster minus Chris Lacey, J-Mo? Okay, who's on the roster still that you're like, please cut this guy, please cut him.
You know who it is. You know it starts with a W and ends with an Ingans.
Oh my god. Oh, so
Yeah.
you say you waiting on them to go ahead and get rid of Wiggins.
Sheriff Wiggins,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm not saying I know they play 2 different positions and deep version is outside linebacker, but maybe I would have kept PJ over him. But I'll see what they do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I get it. And Robert Chapman, I get what you're saying. He said the key word is transition, not blow up. The problem with is when you're doing a transition like that, you still have, I think, 3-4 years, basically 2 years really, because I think 2021 is the first chance you can probably move on from Stafford and not have the money hurt you. So I think that the transition can start next year, and I think you will see them transition starting next year.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I mean, of course, in Stafford's prime, you're not going to take Deshaun Watson. But if you really wanted to, I mean, look at what the Chiefs did. They was like, we don't care what Alex Smith just did. And we know Stafford's better, but they're like, we getting Mahomes. We giving up a whole first-round pick in 20 whenever. We getting Mahomes no matter what. I would have been okay with that, but they haven't done that. To me, this is the Stafford we going all in on you year. And then after that, we'll select a quarterback. So, but
now I love this
my problem
right
is
here
we got to
from James
select a good
Gibson.
quarterback.
He says, we did win some playoff games, though. They cheated us in both those games, Detroit and the Seahawks, especially the Seahawks, but the media act like it never happened. No, they're not going to act like that. They're not going to act like the Dallas and the Seahawks game we wasn't robbed. It just is what it is.
The fans act like it never happened. The fans always bring up Stafford playoff game, and the playoff game was literally stolen.
I mean, and the Seahawks game, we had a lot of bad injuries,
Wait. You can hate me now. McKenzie says New England released Demaryius Thomas.
Yes, Demaryius Thomas. Yeah.
I mean, Demaryius Thomas got hurt.
Wait, hold on. Wait. This is why I love New England, because New England is like a jigsaw puzzle. They released the rookie Berrios, who was looking really good, and then you turn around and get rid of Demaryius Thomas just when you had him, N'Keal Harry, and you turn around and you got Josh Gordon back. Why would you get rid of Demaryius Thomas?
I don't know. Let's go get him. And get rid of Chris Lacey.
That's crazy. It says, did Thompson make the 53-man roster? We are still waiting for the final roster breakdown. I am actually on the Detroit Lions website right now, waiting on it, and I have not gotten anything that indicates that they have finalized it. But they should be done. I think they're just still getting the names out there. Because if you are still above 53 at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard, you are fined and penalized heavily, and teams are not playing with that. And
in years past, the roster was released around 10 p.m. Eastern time, so it should be any moment that it'll get released. And as soon as it gets released, we promise we'll give it out to you guys.
We got 94 people in the chat. Let's get some more likes on the video, guys. So glad to talk to y'all, man, about this 53-man roster, man. There's a lot of things going on. And I think what was his name? Not Cooper, but the guy named, the safety name starts with a C, or was it an M? The guy that was playing well, CJ.
CJ Moore. CJ Moore.
Yeah, I was about to say I think he makes the team, and then you can hate me now. Just said it. CJ Moore made the team. I think I was gonna say I think he makes the team because I think he played really well. and he was making some special team plays that were like impact. So, and I mean, as a safety, he didn't look completely trash.
Prior time said no matter what quarterback selected, they still trash. Yeah, they go there. I don't care who we get, they gonna say he's trash.
Right.
We could have selected the second coming of Dan Marino. He garbage because he on the Lions, so it don't matter, man.
Right.
Who said that, Daniel?
I mean, not this year, but hey, man.
Next year, I think he mean next year.
Yeah, next year. All I'm saying is Bill Belichick and a quarterback that look like he can run his system. Of course, we know he wouldn't be Tom, but I like Stidham. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, to me, right now, the real question that we should be looking at as fans is, are we doing enough with our roster to win the division? And if the answer becomes yes, good. If the answer is no, how do we get there? What do we take to get there? Now, Eric Perry says, just join the chat. Who do we still have for running back? Pretty much everybody.
No information has been released about the running backs who've been released. When it comes to your question about can we win the NFC North, do we have the personnel to do it? Yes, but I do believe we have the ability, and I believe Bob Quinn's going to still add additions such as an offensive lineman and possibly a wide receiver for sure when it comes to making the 53-man roster. So I'd keep that out there and expect that within days, if not sooner.
So I've seen this question pop up a few times, and George Morgan and a few other people brought it up. What they are saying is Brian Hoyer is released, and is anybody going to pick him up? And then I just saw this one that says, should the Lions go after Hoyer? No, absolutely not. Brian Hoyer looked good because he had Bill Belichick the same way. What's his name? The one we picked up, Castle. Yeah, he looked good because of Bill Belichick. No, stay away from Brian Hoyer. I'm good on, and I'm a Michigan State fan. Ask J-Mo, he would tell you. I know. Stay away from Brian Hoyer.
Yeah, we Michigan State gang over here. Yeah, but
hey, man, but y'all quarterbacks is trash though. But
yeah, they are. I mean, yeah, they are. Kirk Cousins is the only one that was decent. He's not.
Yeah, but see, I thought of Kirk Cousins when I said that.
He's the only one that's decent, but
and he don't play in big game. But with Brian Hoyer before yesterday, I would have said yes. But as I said, I was on my little I'm gonna watch the preseason and scout quarterbacks. David Blow was one of the quarterbacks. I said he looked solid. I like Josh Johnson. I like how he adapted to the system. I would go with Josh Johnson and Stafford, or Johnson and Blow, or something like that. I don't think we need we can have two, but I don't think we need anybody unless somebody really, really good comes up. But I don't know if that guy's out there.
Right. Now, I do agree with this with Mr. Chapman. He says, so main thing that could blow up this season is the O-line lack of depth is a major concern. It's been a concern that we've talked about, especially here in the DSA, repeatedly.
It's been a concern longer than this year, so.
Noble.
Yeah. Oh, Noble's in the building. Okay. I
what
see
up, though, TA?
What's up, baby?
What's going on, Mr. Noble Sports?
What's going? What it do? I hear y'all talking, man. I said I had to get on here for a minute before I had to get ready for work. But man, you guys got some good stuff going on here, man.
Hey, man,
I couldn't believe Brandon Powell got released.
Man, listen.
Noble, first question I was going to ask you.
Don't even bring it up.
Chris Lacey. I was going to be like, Noble, so what you think about Chris Lacey?
Oh my God! Yeah, don't listen. Don't you opening up old war wounds?
Is Chris Lacey on the team?
Apparently.
Yes, he is, man. Yes, he is.
Wow, so they really liked him over Brandon Powell.
They love this dude, bro. He must be the GOAT.
You know what I think they might be in love with? That he's a bigger receiver. That's what they might be in love with. Because I know me and Luke talked about that before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talked about Brandon Powell being small, and the Lions love big receivers.
Big receivers and quarterbacks.
I would have kept Duhart over Lacey.
I would have kept
Duhart over Lacey, and Duhart is good on special teams. So
I think somebody gonna end up picking up Duhart. I definitely think that.
Absolutely. And again, I think there's people out there. Again, Doss was released from the Raiders. I would keep an eye on him. The Lions had interest in him before, and releasing Powell puts up another spot for a wide receiver. In my opinion, Lacey is not good enough to be rolling with. So keep an eye out for another wide receiver to be added to this team. Also, Patriots released Demaryius Thomas.
Hey, what did y'all think about Farrah Cooper too from Arizona being released?
Trash.
Another trash.
Right.
Yeah, trash.
Look, man, this is the last thing I'm gonna say about Lacy. I just wish I would have seen something from him in these last 2 years, and I just haven't seen anything. So
yeah, I don't think you're gonna see anything though. And I think no, I'm being honest. You got to keep in mind he's gonna be buried on a team where we're gonna come out in more 3 receivers, 1 tight end set. So even when we go spread, there's gonna be a tight end out there because they're going for the bigger bodies. So
and I think they will put Fulgham in there over him, in my opinion.
Hey, now look, somebody says, please don't let KC trade for me. I know San Diego ain't gonna trade within the division. They ain't finna do that.
They better not do that.
Yeah,
no, they would never.
They could go. KC could go out to LaShawn McCoy. That's what I'm doing.
I really think McCoy goes back to the Eagles. Now, risky.
You know why I say no to the Eagles? Because the Eagles drafted Miles Sanders as well, so you can't forget that.
Now I like this coming right here. James Gibson, man, he's a man after my own heart. He says some Lions fans talk worse about our teams than anybody else. Crabs in the barrel. Yep.
Facts.
You know, you see that right there, J-Mo? You see that?
Yeah, I'm with you, New Black Allegiance. Yeah,
showing you some love. Look, and he got it loud and proud too. You know, the new age Black Allegiance. I see you right here, man. I see.
Look, we East Lansing here, you know.
Right.
Hey, did Michigan State win yesterday? Did Michigan State win that game yesterday?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, they won.
Uh-huh.
I get some scrubs.
Yeah, they were scrubs though. But you know, we still won.
I mean, look at
this.
Y'all
won.
Yeah, Michigan played some scrubs today too.
Now, Eric says we need to grab some offensive linemen, man, to get real depth. And I like a linebacker or two, maybe a 6'4" receiver. I do think that
Hey, we got a breaking news trade if you gotta want to hear about it. It's not with the Lions, but the Dolphins are trading franchise left tackle Laramie Tunzel and Kenny Stills to the Texans in exchange for a huge package of picks, including a first rounder, according to Ian Rappaport.
Brian getting fired. I promise you this. He's fired.
So you traded Jadeveon for not an offensive lineman.
2 old linebackers. A third
and then you go trade a Hall to get your left tackle. And I like Kenny Stills. That's a good addition. What? Yeah. Seattle gonna be good though. I don't think West Virginia won the Rams.
Why would they trade Kenny Stills though?
Oh, that is right.
No, Kenny Stills is a good receiver.
Seattle, why would they trade him though?
Seattle
he's having a lot of problems, and I think he was outspoken on some, other issues that we ain't gonna talk about on here. But so it kind of was a bad fit, and they got rid of him for those reasons. It wasn't a talent reason.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to look at it.
Now, Sean Damon says Powell was cut. Yes, they did that.
Lions fans gonna be saying that all day.
Yeah, they did. That's gonna be a meme in about a few minutes. Like the Lions cut who? It's gonna be like all kinds of faces from the movie. Remember that movie In Too Deep? When they had my face like what? It says, man, we need Josh over Savage. He brings a completely different look for the opposing team. Yes, because they do that read option and it was confusing. I mean, I think he scored on one of them against the Browns.
I think and Josh Johnson ran like a 4.4 in the combine here,
Josh.
They need to go ahead and make.
I'll eat crow on Josh Johnson because I've watched him on the Bucks and so many other teams, and he was horrible. And he gets here and he's asked to throw the ball short and do minimum and turn around and hand it off. And he looked pretty good in the preseason. And again, I don't care nothing about preseason, but I'll have to eat crow because I think he looked better than Tom Savage.
Yeah,
he won one game last year, but that doesn't say much.
No, I'm just saying I'm not sold that Wild Queen. I feel like we're gonna get an impact player still. I don't know. Something's telling me that, and hopefully it's old lineman. I would love that.
I'm gonna lead this up here for a little bit because Officer Andy, I think that you understand.
Man, take that stuff
you
down,
understand
man.
what it's like.
Hey, you're a good guy, Officer Andy.
Man, take that stuff down, man.
I'm just saying, putting it out there. Yeah. Darwin Thompson. What is he going? Darwin Thompson is the running back for KC. Okay. Okay, blessed up.
Well, no, it's
No,
him
no, it's
and
not. It's Williams. Damian Williams.
Damian Williams.
Damian Williams.
Yeah, Damian Williams is the starter.
Yeah. Well, according to Colin Cohart, Kareem Hunt is in the top 24 running backs, even though he's missing half the season. So,
man, it's gonna be surprising to see where McCoy goes, though.
Hey, Luke,
I hope he don't come here.
They're saying KC. I'm hearing reports right now saying KC in Green Bay. I'm like,
I was just about to say, I hope he don't come here over this way.
Texans is playing, man.
Yeah.
Wait, Primetime B said they tanking. Who tanking? You talking about
the
Texans? Who they tanking for?
You know the Dolphins?
Yeah, man. Listen, I wish I had known they had that tackle up for trade, because I would have told them to pull the trigger on that.
I would have took Kenny Stills too. Shoot.
I don't want Kenny Stills. I thought that price tag.
Hey, the coach. I guess the coach on the Dolphins. I guess he was doing something with Kenny Stills. He kept playing all Jay-Z records or something like that.
No, I told you it was deeper than that. And Kenny Stills was beefing with the owner and talking to him in the media and stuff. Like it was that. So
it was a lot of stuff going on.
It was a lot of Kaepernick type, other stuff going on with that. Yeah, he was leaving regardless. I knew he was going to get traded.
Mike, what those lights look like?
Hey, folks, we have 82 likes and right now 87 in the chat. Let's get it all the way up to 87.
Yeah, let's get them likes up.
We want to break 100 today.
In house, baby.
We want to break 100 today and really make this DSA go up to the top, man, with our content.
Noble, since we got you here, what was your biggest surprise cut of the day?
Definitely, man. Isaac Nada and Brandon Powell, man. I thought those guys did enough to solidify their position on the team. I thought that these guys did enough, man. And I guess apparently it wasn't enough. Even I guess how you looking at it, how they evaluate. I don't know if they went from Brandon Powell as far as like, well, okay, we cool with Danny Amendola, or we got our eyes on, like Luke say all the time, about going after another player on another team. I think that's what it is. They possibly got their eye on somebody else, but that was very shocking to me because I thought Brandon Powell played well in the preseason, and Isaac Nada, especially catching the touchdown the other day. I thought that would warrant him to be on the roster, but apparently that was just not enough, and the Lions decided to go in a different direction.
And keep in mind, some of these cuts are just practice squad additions. That's all it is. They're just literally adding for practice squad. Nothing else, nothing more. Strictly practice squad. And if you have people that you're going to cut for practice squad, you better get it, because I just seen that the Baltimore Ravens cut D tackle Gerald Willis from out of Miami, and I thought he was a good big body to have. He's another person who's going on my list. Y'all gonna love my list of people that the Lions should go after.
Okay, more breaking news. It looks like the Patriots just released Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
What I mean, okay. All right. I know you just got in here, but you might be a little too late on that one.
Yeah, we talked about Demaryius like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
The funny part about Demaryius is that one time I was walking up to the mall in Atlanta, and I saw him in the middle of nowhere. So,
Hey.
Crazy.
It said Eric Perry says no crow to eat. The thing with Josh is with this new offense, quarterbacks like him and Stafford aren't asked to really throw long. And see, I'm eating crow on it because I said that he was a camp body and that he wasn't gonna make the team because he was horrible on the Buccaneers. He was horrible on the Giants. He was horrible on the Jets. I mean, all 13 teams. He's 13 teams. The man was horrible.
That's a lot of teams.
Yeah. So, but hey, I appreciate you, man. I do understand what they're doing. I think that's cool. Houston just traded for Stills and Tunsil. Yep, we saw that.
Rocco P says Amendola. I don't see anything good from him. I'm surprised. Only reason I think he'll be solid is because to me it's about chemistry, and it's apparently his chemistry with Stafford is good.
Yeah,
and that's all I'm concerned with.
Can he do it and not be hurt? That's my
That's my biggest.
He played 15 games last year.
Hey, listen, on the Dolphins, that ain't saying much. Just get out the way and don't.
Hey man, he had Brock Osweiler thrown to him and had 600.
He had who?
Brock Osweiler.
See, these are the moments you make me want to drink, J-Mo. Don't do me like that.
I'm just saying, man. He played 15 games and he got 600 yards.
And Ryan Tannehill throwing to him, so
I'm just saying, don't do me like that. You got me out here feeling some kind of way when you said that. My voice was getting ready to crack. I'm like, man, I need to go and help.
Do you guys think Tavon Wilson is getting cut? Because I think that he is.
Yes.
I do think
I don't know
Tavon Wilson is
now.
getting cut.
I think he's staying now.
I don't know
You think
now
that he's
because
staying?
we got rid of
Yeah.
Adams, so he might stay now. That's
Well,
what
so you get Will. Okay, so you know Tracy Walker and Quandre Diggs is your safeties, your starting safeties, and then you know that Will Harris is going to be
Harris and is CJ Moore a safety?
CJ Moore was a safety.
So maybe maybe they keeping the young guy in.
So now in my video I did talk about him being a bubble guy, but because of the money it's going to take, but I still think he's still on the bubble. But something in me, with the way they've been savage today, I think that he is not safe. Because I still haven't heard Jerome Cunningham name. And in case you missed it, people, I'll give you the names that we do know about. Notably, I'll just repeat them really quick. We got Andrew Adams, safety, offensive lineman Luke Bowinkle, cornerback Andre Cashier, wide receiver Jordan Lasley, DN Eric Lee, wide receiver Tommy Lee Lewis, DN Mitchell Lowen, tackle Ryan Pope, punter Ryan Santos. So I can't pronounce his name. Sorry. Guard Mecca St. Andrews, cornerback Lamar Summer, cornerback Tease Tabar, running back James William, running back Stockton, D tackle PJ Johnson, tight end Isaac Nata, and I ain't listening. I mean, if you don't know about Zach Zenner at this point,
hey, we found out the compensation for the Dolphins in Texas trade. Are you guys ready to hear this?
Oh my God.
All right, here, you're about to be shocked. The Texans have given up 2 first-round picks and a second-rounder, source tells me.
Ooh.
For one offensive tackle?
O'Brien is getting fired.
Wow.
O'Brien is getting fired.
Wait, so O'Brien is their GM?
No, he's the head coach. From the New England Patriots, the old offensive coordinator.
No, I know who he is, but I said, why would he get fired if the GM is doing stupid
stuff? Because he's taking all this personal stuff out. He gave up Jodavian Clowney for a 3rd-round pick, basically.
No, I'm saying you said he wasn't the GM, though, so it's not his decision.
Oh, it's his decision. Don't you get it twisted. It's his decision. He's going to get fired because he's the one shopping for the groceries. So they're going to make sure he get it.
2 first-round picks and a second-round
pick?
Oh,
wow.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
look, man, if I'm Deshaun Watson,
backflips right now.
Now listen,
if I'm Deshaun Watson, man,
we got 98 in the chat. We got 98 in the chat, 85.
101.
Let's get this thing to 100 people in here, guys.
We got 101, folks. We
101 people. Thank you.
Tell a friend, man, that the DSA is here, baby.
It says Chris Macy tweeted, "Thank God, forever grateful." Oh, don't play with me, Sean. Sean, don't play with me. Don't do me like this.
I like what Colin said. He said that the NFL is a cutthroat business. You're so right about that, man.
No, I was gonna say somebody said earlier Miami is having a fire sale. Who should we go after? I think they are having a fire sale.
I would have only wanted Tunsil. They already released players that I think that we would have probably had to trade for, but they already released players that I think can be had.
Kiko is still there though. Him and Kerryon gonna have to have a talk in the back room.
Well, if you're wondering who the Dolphins already released that you can possibly still pick up if it was that big of a deal. Now you got some people who's on the physically unable to perform list, but you got Bryce Butler, Tank Carden, if you wanted another lineman. Tyler Patton, Dwayne Allen, Tony Adams, Cornell Armstrong, Jalen Davis, Nick DeLucci. More notable names: Kyle Fuller. Let me see who else out here is notable that stands out. Jake Rudock, if you want to bring that bum back. Let me see.
The Texans general manager. He'll be on
Texans don't got a GM. Oh, but yeah, they say O'Brien is the GM right now. Yeah, I feel bad for Deshaun Watson. I'm telling you, Deshaun out there after year 4, he gone. He like,
Nomis says, "What up, though, fellas? What up, though, Nomis?
What's good, no?
What up, Nom?
We had 104. Let's get those likes up, people. We are trying to give you a full breakdown as they keep on breaking in these names for people getting cut.
Hey, would you take wide receiver that got cut, Terrell Pryor from the Jags? Would you take Pryor?
No, why? Why would I take Pryor? What is he gonna do for me besides make me mad with that I'm always angry face? What is he gonna do? So Crimson Shadow says, so with Powell gone, who's going to be the backup to Amendola?
Yeah,
I doubt he makes all 16 games. I'm with you. I don't think he makes all 16 games, and that's why I don't think the Lions are looking for a big receiver. When they saw Braxton Berrios get released, they said, "Ooh, slot receiver."
I remember Braxton Berrios from Miami, man.
I told you I want him on the team.
I don't think I know anything about this kid.
He gave me sometimes, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you watch the first preseason game, Noble?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
So you remember that Wes Welker looking type dude that was running all over us and catching passes like we weren't even there? That's the dude. That's the dude we're talking about.
Yeah.
Berrios destroyed us in that game.
Crimson Shadow says, so we cut PJ and we keep him strong. Is Strong really better than PJ? He looked better than him in pass rush.
It's different. It's a different position in a sense that one's going to be playing more of the pass rush and the other one is more.
Oh my gosh, bro! Apparently, LCOP Production wants to upset me. Chris Lacey thinking God on Twitter. He did make the team. Oh my
That's what I'm saying, man.
I'm telling you, y'all. J-Mo is so wrong on this. Chris Lacey, the best receiver on the team. He gonna win us the Super Bowl. You heard it here first.
Hey, man, that's crazy.
I gotta take the high road because this ain't making no sense.
If I mean, the thing about Braxton Berrios is he's also a kick returner as well.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking we need to get him like on the team.
Deshaun Davis from Auburn, I believe. Are you sure about that? Deshaun Davis from Auburn is like, are you sure? Don't say that. I gotta add him to my list too. That video gonna be fire. Wait till y'all see who I think the Lions should go and target. Y'all gonna say to y'all,
man, I didn't think cut day would be this exciting for the team. I feel like our team was in a really good place, man. And I remember you was asking would these roster moves help us in the division? Well, yeah, because we didn't cut anybody from the roster that was pivotal. The most pivotal person we probably cut is Powell, and Powell played 3 games last year. So I think we looking really well, and we just only gonna improve the football team. So
go Lions, man. We don't know who the quarterback is yet, and we don't know if Thompson has made it yet. We're still waiting on those information to hit us.
Now, 12th Man Pride, he's a new and upcoming YouTuber who is going to talk Seattle Seahawks and Detroit Lions sports. He's a Seattle Seahawks and Detroit Lions fan, and he says, at Luke G Field Review, today is a great day. When you give up a 3rd round pick and 2 bum linebackers for Jadavian Clowney, cool. My biggest fear is what are you gonna have to pay him? Because if it's $100 million, I'm upset with that. Melvin Drew says, what happened to Shane Ray? He was a high talent. He can't stay healthy and lacks technique. And I know that me and TA was talking about Brandon Marshall, and I made the statement that I'm sick of us going out getting players who are already grown. I want us to start developing and having our own homegrown players. So
Luke,
that's a good point. Hey, that's a good point you said that because that's what the Jacksonville Jaguars just did with Miles Jack. They drafted him and they stand with him. You know what I mean? They gave him a nice
he's a
deal.
beast.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm just talking about keeping our own guys and being able to raise these guys up to be dogs out there. Keeping our own young guys.
That I wanted the Lions to take in the 1st round. I got so many people that chew me out like you crazy, and I'm like, when I watch him, I watch a dude.
What year did he get drafted?
He got drafted 2nd round.
The reason why
I said what year? What year?
Oh, what year? That was the year we took Taylor Decker, I think. I think we took Taylor Decker that year.
Yeah, I remember that year because I remember a lot of people didn't want to draft Miles Jack because he had an injury coming into the draft.
I didn't care about that injury. I watched him at the combine. He looked like he was hurt, sideline to sideline.
No, I did want to say something you said about Clowney though, only because I'm looking at the Seahawks roster and who their quarterback is. Paying that much is too much, but if you want to win a Super Bowl, sacrifices because
you know why I
that
like
make them Super Bowl contenders to me, man. Like Seahawks about to be good.
Why I like David still got a bad O line, so we don't want to get too hyped.
Hey, Russell Wilson, they got Russell Wilson though, so O line don't matter.
I still love Javion Clowney for taking that Michigan running back's helmet off. I still love that play.
Oh my goodness, dog! That's how you
do it.
Yeah. And again, as you can see on the screen, it's from MicroMike. He says 104 in the chat at one time. Thank you so much. DSA is killing it. Yes, we certainly appreciate you.
We appreciate you guys.
We are definitely doing our best. If you want to subscribe to anyone in the DSA, just simply click on my description. Their link is already in that description, and you can check that out and see it for yourself. But you know what? I think, let's take some questions from the chat, man, because I know that people have been putting them in there anyway. So we'll take this time and you ask us whatever question you want and we'll address it. So
and if news breaks, I will just interrupt and tell you guys that because I have my feed up right now.
Yeah, I got mine up too. So
yeah. So yeah, if you wanted to see it, if you want to see what's going on, man, stay tuned. We got so much more coming, and even when this show ends, Rich Law, man, I gotta put this up here because I love how he did it. Rich Law says, "I'm subscribed to all you mofos." Laughing out loud. I appreciate it.
I mean, man.
Hey, Rich Law, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate you, bro.
Roland G says, "I heard Buffalo released McCoy. They sure did, and they released Tyree Jackson as well."
Because McCoy only had 500 some yards last season. That's why
I'm just saying, McCoy
he only
89.
had. Yeah,
he's
so
he
had a down season last year playing 14
I wasn't
games.
shocked at his release.
Yeah, here go our first question. 12th Man Prize says, Ja'Kai Polite got released. Are we going to strike? I'm gonna tell you the truth. He's a guy that I was not high on when I did film study on him.
Yeah,
I saw him just trying to run around people, not using a lot of pass rush moves, but there was some there. But the biggest thing I noticed with him is the moment he got caught up with a bigger tackle, he didn't go nowhere. So will he be somebody the Lions could consider? They certainly visit with him during the draft process. But if I'm a betting man, I say no, the Lions pass on him. I think he does not fit that big linebacker set that they like. And I think he's a no for him. What say you, Carl? You think we go at the Ja'Kai?
No. I mean, to me, it's an alarm. It alarms me if the Jets would give up on such a high pick like that. That alarms me. So I wouldn't go after him.
Good point.
What about you, TA? You see us going at the Ja'Kai Polite?
No, I don't think the Lions are going to go after him because mainly they like bigger guys. So I don't definitely think that he's going to be the guy that they go after.
Now, Bill Collier says, who do you want, Luke? Sue Craven. I think Sue Craven fits what we're doing perfectly. A guy who can play safety, who can play linebacker. He's basically Deion Buchanan. And I know at one point he was talking about being out of football, but at the end of the day, I think he's definitely in a position to come in here with a minimal role and give us some production. I definitely want Sue Craven. I want Malik Jefferson, linebacker, because I think he has speed. So I'm all for that, and I'm willing to kick the tires on Tyree Jackson, who was released by the Buffalo Bills. Crimson Shadow says, anybody going to get maximum football game, waiting for it, no EA. I am not going to get it because it frustrates me when I see teams and I can't recognize the logo. And I don't know the history of the team. I don't know the players. It frustrates me a little bit. So I'm not going to get the game. I want to kind of see what it do first. But what's his name? Ryan Moody 21, who's always killing Madden for his flaws. He brought that game to my attention. So yeah, I'm down with it. He says he ran his course in Buffalo. McCoy do the dance too much at times. He's got to get back to north and south running. Agree with that. Crimson Shadow says, so is there any old lineman we can still pick up in free agency? Mike, you think there's any free agency lineman we can pick up?
Yeah, I think they're going to go after possibly a tackle or a guard or a swing offensive lineman. That's the ability to do both. I think that's a position they're definitely going to attack. So make sure in the next couple of days, just depending on who gets released from teams, whether it be a veteran or a rookie, to pay attention to that. And whoever makes the roster at the end of the roster does not actually mean they're going to stay on the roster. So pay attention for the offensive lineman, for Bob Quinn to find someone to help out this line going forward.
All right. Now we are 10 away from 100 thumbs up. Can we get to that 100 mark, people? If you count the 4 thumbs down, that gives us 94.
Wow, we got 4 now. They really hating.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys.
Yeah, we got 4. I appreciate that. That's 4 views, and I'm pretty sure that they
I know,
left and came back and left and came back.
I think it was Roland G that said, "Who do you want to make the team?" Like I said, Barrios. I did not think the Patriots was going to release him. I'm telling you.
Now, J-Mo, your phone broke up a little bit.
Wait,
you know,
can
so
you hear me?
96 thumbs up to 4 thumbs down. That is awesome. I'm happy that we got 4 thumbs down because that means there's more than 4 people in the chat at one time.
And that lets us know we're doing something right. Can anyone listen? Says Patricia Woods and Quinn are laughing at the league right now. Lions will be the most talked about team before their bye week. I agree with that. Roland G says Luke G field review. Who's going to replace Curse since he's got hurt? We're going to sign somebody. I'm with J-Mo. I hope it's Barrios.
For real, man. Barrios is nice, man.
Yeah, I remember. I remember one game in particular. Because I'm a little Notre Dame fan because my mom went to Notre Dame. I remember watching Notre Dame Miami game. I believe it was 2 years ago. I remember Braxton Berrios killed us. I wanted to cry. Now I'm playing, but he killed us though. He lit us up.
No, I like him, man.
Kedrick says Demaryius Thomas to replace Curse. What say you, J-Mo? You think we're gonna go after Demaryius Thomas? I think the bill gonna be a little bit too high for my blood.
Well, I think he's just coming off ACL. He's not in a position to require a lot of money. But to me, he isn't a Curse replacement. There are 2 different types of receivers. But will we bring Demaryius Thomas on? I hope so we can get rid of Chris Lacey. But I hope so. I like Demaryius Thomas.
Chris Lacey, man.
And no, I'm gonna be on Chris Lacey all day, man. I like Demaryius Thomas because
J-Mo do not win him.
Yeah, man, he can win one-on-one battles and he can get touchdowns in the red zone, and he's a veteran. I like him more than Chris Lacey, of course. But
now, Roland G says, by the way, I just got back from Ann Arbor tailgate party. Game's about to start soon. Yes, sir, we know that.
Yeah, the game started at 6.
Yeah, and also, just for the record, Roland G, tell all your friends to tell their friends that if they not subscribed to the DSA members, then I don't know what they doing with their lives. They're missing some of the best Detroit sports talk out there. So shame on them. That's what
I gotta say, man. The Patriots must love N'Keal Harry, man.
But he's hurt.
N'Keal Harry's hurt?
Yeah, he's injured right now.
Oh, wow.
Now, 12th Man Pride says the Eagles have amazing depth at O-line, so I think Bob Quinn will keep his eyes glued there. Yeah, they got quite a few things going on. Dr. Andre Cranford Ministry, I love how long your name is, and I'm making sure that I keep it clean because once I saw all that, I know what that means. I was raised in a household of religion, so I need to be respectful. But he says, "Go Lions." Simply put, hey, I'm with you on that. Melvin Drew says, "Me neither." At 313, J-Mo Barrios going to develop into a great slot receiver. I'm hoping it's him.
I hope we get Barrios. I would get very excited.
Yeah. Crimson Shadow says, "So how much cap do we have now?"
We have nearly 14 million. We're the 19th ranked cap team in the NFL.
Well, wait, we started out with 18 million, and then if you figure, I put it this way: with some of the cuts that I know what their contracts was, we should easily be about 21 right now. Because I know that some of those contracts, like the Pope contract, gave us close to $500,000 over back, and I know that. What is his name? God, good grief! I'm drawing a blank on
Adams.
No, the Brandon Powell. He gave us another like 720,000. So I know for a fact. I know for a fact we well off into about the 21 million mark right now, and still counting. So thumbs down. D tackle's just a position receiver at this point. Slot catchers, hey. Can anyone listen? Go Blue. Here we go with this Michigan stuff, man. We are almost
I'm with
done.
you, baby. I'm with you. I rock with you.
Save me a few minutes before we
Hey,
almost
man, look,
there.
at the end of the day, it's Michigan, man. It's Michigan and Michigan State fans, and we both hate Ohio State. That's all we need to be worried about.
Hey, listen. Exactly. The minute I hear anything Ohio, I just laugh. There's always something crazy happening in Ohio. Roland G says, I've been telling them at work. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Let them know. They don't know what's going on.
I got a good question.
Michigan versus everybody. And let's see. Jim Bob, I can't say the whole name because that's blasphemy. How many players are we waiting on? Last time that I checked, we were about 7 out. That's the last time I saw.
I like James Gibson question. He says best offensive weapon besides Stafford on the team.
Best offensive weapon besides Stafford on the team.
Man,
I'm gonna say Kenny Galladay. That's what I'm gonna say.
You know what? I hate to say this, but it's gotta be Kerryon Johnson. Nothing is gonna move without us running this ball. Nothing.
I think it's got to be Wiggins.
Hey, Mike, don't ever troll like that, man.
The best round from last.
Mike, don't ever troll like that again, bro.
Best one for last says Detroit Sports Alliance, best podcast on YouTube. Straight fire, all fist and love. Keep grinding, fellas. It will pay off. Appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, my brother.
The Lions better not sign Hodge. Did he make a team? No, but a lot of the people who did not get picked up are getting released. I'm still waiting to see if TJ Edwards get released. I know that they said Devin Ozigbo was released. So a lot of those players were released. Gary Johnson was released.
Is O-line the only position that we really need right now?
Wide receiver,
that's
in my
position
opinion.
I'll be in the hunt for, definitely.
Wide receiver, definitely. I'm trying to stay positive, Mike. I don't want to think about the receiver core right now.
Right. Melvin Drew, I'm with you. I used to be a huge Samaj Piran fan.
Me too. I like Samaj
but
Piran.
you know, when you go to bed teams, I got the good doctor laughing at me. Appreciate it. Ty Johnson has a new number 31. Hey.
Yes.
Hey,
get rid of that 38, man.
Yeah, that 38 was horrible, man.
Get rid of that 38, man. No running back in the NFL has been good with 38.
And Mark can play fullback, right? We
got Nick Baldwin though.
You know, right?
Nick Baldwin's our fullback, man. He was just play that position
on the final 53.
What's the name gonna get to change his jersey to? Amani.
I don't know. I think Amani,
he should, man. No 46, man.
Yeah, he'll probably go to 24 if that's.
I would like to see that 24 because I'll rock out with that one.
Any more?
No, not Devin Lawson.
Look, the Go Blue are going crazy.
Hey, that's okay. Hey, he gonna make it look good, man.
12th Man Pride says, make sure you watch Luke G's 53-man roster / cap space prediction vid. And everyone, I literally went through and broke down who I think is going to make the team. I am still betting a good percentage. I'm not out of the positive, but there were some names that I didn't see coming. I didn't see Powell coming. So you know, it happens. Let me see. Sorry, I like UCF, but I hate Ohio State. Hey, as long as you hate
as you hate Ohio State, we cool.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So thank you.
We got an Ohio State guy on our Lions team, man. We can't do that.
But you know,
now listen, this right here is some hard truth right here for you Michigan people. Pay attention.
Oh
now.
my goodness.
Hey, bro, the state girls were banging hot. I have to admit, being there the other day on campus. See, tell the people with a real
well, Roland G. I'm always at Michigan State because I have people who graduate from there, so I'm not going to disagree with you there. But I mean,
I'm with Officer Andy, man.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that one, Roland.
Matter of fact, Officer Andy, if he could find a way to change that to green and white, it'd be even better. But for right now, that's right. Go Michigan State all the way. You know, carry on.
I was gonna say, hold on. I was gonna say that this is showing me though. Bob Quinn, man, he's playing chess. Wow, everybody playing checkers. Bob Quinn out here playing chess. Right now.
Right.
He's playing. He's playing some 50D chess.
Hey man, he out here playing his cards right, man. That's what he's doing.
Ty Please says nobody's going to run the ball on us this year. Nope. They better not neither because there's going to be some heads.
And it's kind of funny that we say that because we do got to face off with two of the best running backs in the league, Saquon and Ezekiel Elliott. We do got to play those guys, so we'll see if this defense is legit when we got to play those guys.
Now, Roland G said that all of our draft picks make the team. No, PJ didn't. Isaac Nada didn't. And I
two draft picks didn't make the team.
Who?
2 draft picks didn't make the team.
I think 2 of them didn't make the team.
Yeah, so everybody else made it.
Yeah. Rich Law put Mike on timeout for when he said Wiggins.
Mr. Wiggins, Kenny Wiggins.
Chris says, go anyone who kills Ohio State, support that. And if Jim Harbaugh don't beat Ohio State, they need to fire him. I mean, how much longer
you know, the sad part is the Lions have shown me nothing in my lifetime for me to believe in them, but I believe in them way more than Michigan. That's horrible.
Hey, man, we want to give a shout out to you guys too, man, for getting those likes up to 100, man. We appreciate you guys.
Hey, support
Thanks
that,
for all
man.
the support, man.
That's what's up, baby.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate that. Look,
James
Officer
Gibson
Anthony,
said we need another cornerback.
J-Mo, he letting you and TA know up front. If he ain't gonna say nothing else, he gonna say no green, no
Officer
white.
Andy. Hey, man, take that stuff down, man. Take that stuff down. That's blasphemy. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, that's blasphemy.
Just for good measure, man. We just want you to know we're still here.
That's blasphemy.
You know, we just want you to know. Roland G says Ohio State, suck it. And he says every girl he saw there was nice looking, not one bad looking one.
Yeah, Roland G, speaking facts. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, it's not like it's ugly girls in Ann Arbor, so let's be real.
No.
I mean, I've been to both places plenty of times, but I ain't gonna hate on State when it comes to that specific.
Yeah, I've been to State. Yeah, State got some. Right. They got some pretty little things over there.
Well, listen, we coming up on that 2-hour mark. I know that what we're going to do is, as it gets more finalized, we're going to talk about this again probably on Tuesday, as well as other things pertaining to the Detroit Lions roster, possible trades, and different videos. So we want to start to give, each person a chance to get their final words in, and just let y'all know we really appreciate y'all. Excuse me. And we really do work hard to give you guys good content. We want to make sure it's always quality over quantity, and that it's informative. So with that being said, let's start off with Mr. CA3 Sports himself. Talk to the people, man. What's the final thoughts look like?
I plan to give you guys more content. I apologize for not giving more content, man. School's killing me, man. I plan to watch every regular season game and give you guys, my honest breakdown on the games. And, I just can't wait till September 8th, man.
Absolutely. And then we'll roll right on around to you, Mr. Noble Sports Entertainment. Talk to the people.
What's up, people? Man, we definitely want to give you guys we just want to give you that content, man. We appreciate you guys that have been rocking out with us, man. We trying to give you guys great podcast shows and stuff that you guys can listen to, and that you guys can listen to at your jobs on while you're driving, wherever you at, you can listen to these things. But definitely, guys, I always got content coming out. You see that my channel is definitely rebranding itself. We're going to be talking about the Lions, and also NFL content and NBA content as well. That's always been our thing, and we're going to keep on rocking out with that. So make sure you guys subscribe to Noble Sports Entertainment, because we talk sports, period. Also, make sure you subscribe to every single individual that's in a DSA, because these brothers are working hard to give you some of that content that you need on your Detroit Lions. All right, you guys, that's my say.
Hey, appreciate it. Now we'll go over to Mr. 313, the heart of the city, J-Mo. Talk to him, man.
All right, guys, I'm gonna sound very calm. I will hold off on the Chris Lacy video for now. Because I'm trying to stay calm, man. I'm trying to stay calm, y'all.
Hey, J-Mo, don't punch no holes in the wall, man.
Man, dude, I had to get up for a second and walk away. Like, hold up. Like, I was looking for my little punching bag I got in my house. I was about to go to town, Chris Lacy. But I'm praying about Quinn know what he doing with that move and releasing Brandon Powell. I'm not a fan of that. I already said I didn't like that move unless we get Barrios. Cool. But all in all, I got a video on the NFC North. I predicted all of the records for all the teams in the NFC North. Make sure you check that out. The 53-man roster today was fun. I'm so glad 100 people came out to support us. We love it, man. We love you guys. And we always just trying to give you guys that great content. And also, I'm surprised Adams got released and Isaac Nada, but we'll see how that goes. And keep watching and waiting. Let's just hope that nothing else crazy happens.
All right, and then we go down to the master of all intros himself, Mr. MicroMike. Talk to the people.
Folks, man, we truly appreciate you guys came out tonight, man. 104 people at one time. Absolutely outstanding. The DSA, man, we're definitely doing the best we can to give you the best product that you guys want. And that's what we do, Detroit Sports Alliance. We're all about giving you guys everything you need. Folks, if you would have not subscribed to Mr. MicroMike, hashtag I'm a cool guy, man, you got to do that stuff because, hey, I love bringing fantastic videos, specifically hype. Man, if you want to get psyched out for a game, make sure you check out that video I just dropped of Detroit Lions versus Arizona Cardinals. It is hot. Also, man, it's fire. Absolutely fire, man. And with that said, folks, adios.
And again, people, just wanted to let y'all know we appreciate y'all so much. We are not absolutely done with this. This is just the end for this particular segment for right now. We got so much more for you. If you do not know, we do roundtables every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do post it in our community chats. If you are not on our Twitter, you want to get on there. And if you are not on my Discord, you're going to want to get on there because I got something special coming up for Discord members and Discord members only. I might add Twitter in there, never know. But you know, as the rosters come down and we see more stuff, I just really want us to be able to make sure y'all are getting the content that you deserve and that you should be getting. With that being said, people, I just want to thank y'all for getting us to over 100 plus people and likes and people watching, man. That's phenomenal. Even those people who thumbs it down, don't expect for everybody to agree with me, but it is what it is. And if you have not seen MicroMike's hype video for the Detroit Lions versus the Cardinals, I don't know what you're doing. You're wasting life minutes when you should be seeing some of the greatest things out there at this point. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with this segment of it. Just want to let you know we appreciate you and make sure you subscribe. Links are in the channel. And as always, I leave you with this great piece of advice. Don't be no chump. Please do your research. We're out.